Excellency, welcome to Moscow, and we wanted to personally congratulate you on your new role, on your new appointment. I'd like to start off with your impressions and priorities. You've only just recently arrived in Moscow after Nigeria's ambassadorial position stood vacant for 2 years. So I just wanted to ask you a bit about what you set out to achieve here in Moscow. What are your goals and priorities?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here. Moscow is very attractive. My priority is to deepen the relationship, economic, political relationship between our two countries. We want to try as much as possible to ensure that we improve on the relationship that has been developed over 6 decades. It's an old relationship, and the charter of the mission here is to improve on the relationship. So I've come in with a hope and with a brief of ensuring that we leverage on the old relationship to forge new frontiers, with the government of the Russian Federation.
One of your major diplomatic events could be the Russia-Africa summit that's set to take place in October. How important is this gathering for Nigeria, and do you expect Nigeria to send its own delegation to the summit?
It's quite important for us because it again showcases the relationship between Nigeria and the Russian Federation. And because it's a summit of the Russian Federation with African countries, members of the African Union are coming. It will also be an advantage for multilateral relationship and an opportunity to review the economic relationship of Nigeria with the Russian Federation and its implication for other countries within the continent. So it's important. And from the beginning, Nigeria has shown interest. The inaugural summit, which was held in 2019 in Sochi, our then president led the delegation. The second summit in 2023, which was held in St. Petersburg, was attended by our vice president. So it shows how important Nigeria has taken the summit. And so we expect that Nigeria will be here, will attend the third summit in October here in Moscow, and we expect a very high and powerful delegation of the country.
One area where both countries have spoken about deepening ties is security cooperation. Early this year, Russia's ambassador in Abuja discussed defense cooperation as well as the potentiality to transfer technologies. Where do these discussions stand today, and could you talk to us a bit about what this defense cooperation would entail?
Well, you know that Nigeria and Russia, in fact, our relationship with the Russian Federation started way back in the 60s. When we had our internal crisis, civil war. And that relationship has remained, and the discussion is expected to more or less bolster that relationship. And work is going on at the highest level of governance. Importantly, we're interested in leveraging on the experience which the Federation has in both combat and security. So we're expecting that at the end of the day, we'll be able to reach some level of appreciable progress. But work is going on.
And beyond politics and security, many observers would argue that the real test of any relationship is whether it delivers economic results. Now, as we know, trade between Nigeria and Russia has skyrocketed and has grown, but it's still heavily one-sided because Nigeria imports a significant volume of Russian products, but at the same time, exports still remain relatively limited. Why do you think this imbalance persists?
Well, the truth is that there is imbalance, and it's a major problem that we need to tackle. That's also part of my brief, in the sense that this balance or this imbalance has been created partly because of a sanction that is being placed on. And you know, with sanction, it's been difficult for businesses to flow, at least from our own end, because the sanction imposes some restrictions, payment, logistics, in terms of shipment of goods. These are some of the problems which are, so we expect that going forward, it will be for us to encourage businesses from the Russian Federation to go to Nigeria to at least help with processing rather than relying on export of raw materials. We want to encourage businesses to move in to establish so that you can help, meaning that the businesses from the Russian Federation can establish manufacturing concerns in order to process some of our raw materials, which can then be exported to the Russian Federation, in which case it will increase the level of trade and attempt to do some balancing.
I see, and energy is also mentioned as one of these opportunities, and we've had discussions about possible cooperation in nuclear energy involving talks with Rosatom, Russia's energy giant. Are those conversations still active, and have they produced any concrete outcomes as of now?
Very well, they're active because, you know, part of the intention of and the policy of our government is to diversify, you know, the energy mix, which will, and we think that nuclear energy will play a pivotal role. And so the talks with Rosatom is ongoing at the level of the high echelon of government, and we expect that very soon that will take its own shape.
Nigeria is also a major gas producer with significant untapped potential. So is there interest in bringing in Russian technology or expertise in this sector?
Oh yes. We also think that if they come in, they will come in with equipment to extract the gas and help the domestic economy to generate more power using gas and also gas for export.
Since we're talking about energy markets, I can't help but ignore what's been happening in Iran with the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, the conflict, the United States and Israel's joint war in Iran. How has Nigeria been affected by these developments?
Well, ordinarily it shouldn't affect us that much because geographically we are far from the scene of the crisis or the war. But because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, you can see that it has caused some disruption in the supply of crude, and that has raised the prices of crude in the global market, you expect that that should be fine with us because it will lead to, in the short run, increased revenue. But because of the uncertainty, because of the implication of rising prices globally, it's not a good development. And that is why for us, our government is interested in ensuring, prevailing on those who are involved, to allow for peaceful diplomatic resolution of the crisis so that we can all return to normalcy.
On a more positive note, Nigeria has been broadening its international partnerships. Nigeria became a BRICS partner country just last year. Looking back, what has the country gained from this decision so far?
Don't forget that, it may have taken us time to actually sign up with that partnership in BRICS, but the point is that we're interested in multilateralism. And with being there, it allows us to have interaction with the global south. And the meaning is that we can also leverage on what has been achieved, in terms of infrastructural development and diversification, which we find in the relationship in BRICS among its members, and we're leveraging on that.